that's working yet.
What's that?
Ooh, I don't know if the... Oh, my days. I think my microphone's plugged in.
Oh, my days. The splash has gone up.
Okay.
Go back.
Hold on. It's because I'm not even prepared. Let's just swing out the elastic band microphone. It's kind of just over your shoulder now. That's ruined it. Let's move it there. Hopefully people can hear me there. And it's very dark in here, actually. I haven't got any lights or anything set up.
I've just seen... You do know we're live, don't you, Sam, yeah?
Cradling my Phil. That's so good. Anyway, this Phil...
I've seen you move your microphone behind me. That's quite funny.
It's quite nice. It's just nice having a little Phil on the desk. What shall we do, Phil? Oh, I don't know.
I look like I'm interpreting for the deaf, apparently, from Daryl.
That's amazing. Right, let's
Sarah
go
actually knows sign language. Maybe we could get someone to do that. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. It's a way to get Sarah in the channel as well.
She won't do it. She's too bad behaved.
We'll talk about... So what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about elves. There's new elves. We're going to have a look on the Warhammer community page and see what's going off on there. We'll go through the chat as well and see who's here in just a second. You're working on hobby, aren't you, Phil? You're doing your Fire Slayers.
Yeah, little tiny Fire Slayers, though, in the corner of your screen.
Even smaller than normal. And I'm working on this guy, Beastman. And this is a conversion that I've been working on. And I was at yours last night, wasn't I, Phil?
Yes, you and Rachel, and yeah, we had good fun, didn't we? We had a good laugh. And
I made this thing, this Gorgon, which is huge, especially compared to you, Phil. It's absolutely massive.
And my tiny Fire Slayers. Yeah. It's definitely bigger.
So Beastmen are coming along, but we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So we'll talk about elves, we'll talk about Beastmen, we'll talk about Fire Slayers, and then if Jack wants to chip in, because he's sitting next to you, we could talk about Beastclaw Raiders as well.
Oh, we could do, yeah. Jack's here. You might not speak, though, because you don't like the whole live thing, do you?
No, I don't mind it.
Oh, there you go. He said something.
There you go.
There we go. Right, we'll start at the beginning of the chat. So Patrick Metzger is the first one I can see, saying, even so, it will be only Marathi scum. The models look very cool. Oh, my days. I can't even hear it. Patrick's just donated a ridiculous amount of money.
What? Thank you very much.
He does this every time. We're just about to get on track. And then madness happens. Just bear with me now. I'm going to have to load this up to see the comment aloud.
Oh, my goodness.
I wasn't prepared.
£333. I've just seen it. And the comment is, all the best for 2018. Another year full of hobby stuff. Maybe some Daughters of Khaine. I think that's a donation aimed at Daughters of Khaine there, Sam. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Patrick. You're an angel. Absolute star.
Thank you very much, Patrick. As always.
That's cool. And also on the chat, just to say, Marty Milligan is saying hello, Jack. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. I still can't... I mean, Patrick. Right. So Patrick's put Sam or Phil. So the answer is Sam and Mini Phil. Mini Phil. You know, we were saying we could generally do audio versions of this show. We could just put it up on as a podcast sort of thing. I don't think we can now. Now that we've got Mini Phil, you can't really...
Do you think we lose it? Something's lost in translation.
It's too much to lose. Daryl's put way too early. Also excited for the elves. And we have... So Patrick building more Zangors until GW puts out some real elves with dragons. Okay. Rower.
Okay.
Mr. Rower has joined as well. Welcome. Ralph Hummel. Welcome, Ralph. And we were only talking about you last night. We were talking about a lot last night, weren't we? To do with the channel and the viewers. And
yeah. And we realised we hadn't really catched up, and I was talking about where I was with my family in Annecy, and myself and Sarah went along to meet Ralph for the evening, and we had a brilliant time. And Sarah was saying what a charming fella he is as well, wasn't she? So there you go, Ralph. You certainly won the heart of my wife, so there you go. She did have a good time, so it was great fun, and we were chatting about that. We realised we haven't really seen each other much since the new year, have we? Since Christmas. So
I think I saw you just before Christmas, and then I haven't seen you until really. I mean, I've seen you this week, on lunch breaks and things that you've had, but we've not actually been able to meet up and have a good chat for a long time. So it's nice to get back to it.
It was a good night. We had a good fun, didn't we, as well? So it was good to catch up.
Right, back to the chat. Ralph's asking, how is everyone? Ro was fine until I started building this big boss on a gigantic spider. The joy of working with Finecast. Yeah, it's a horrible model. The model looks amazing, but the Finecast, I've had problems with the shaman for these beastmen, and I feel your pain with the Finecast. I think this must have been one of the original Finecast models, because difficult work. Right, Daryl's going to get something to eat. See you all for the live stream. Probably behind. I'm going to try and quick fire this.
Okay.
Ralph's oldest son has just got confirmation he passed his theoretical driving exam. So congratulations to your son, Ralph.
Congratulations.
Roa says in Finland you have to be 18 before you can take the exam. I think I did mine when I was 16 or 17. The theory test, isn't that earlier? You can do it over here.
I think it is. I was 21 before I learned to drive.
Oh, Daryl's saying it's 17, yeah. So it must have been 17 I did the theory, and then I couldn't afford the driving lessons until I'd saved up enough money. So I had to go get a job to earn the money to do the driving lessons, but I was a bit late.
I always thought you could do like your theory before you're 17 or something, and then you can do your practical when you reach 17.
There you go.
All right.
From the mouths of babes comes the truth.
Yeah, I don't know.
About that.
I haven't even done my theory yet, so maybe not.
We have Coleman, our wonderful, another admin, as well as Ralph from the forum, the Wargamer Online team. Who else? Marty Milligan, the legend that is Marty Milligan, who sent us some dog beer for Khaleesi. And Lola's going to have some dog beer. I think they're both going to have a nice little party when we go to the tournament. We're going to save the dog beer for them.
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to chillax and have a dog beery party, aren't they? I think.
Yes, 100%. Let's see what else we've got. Phil is in the chat. Mika, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Mika Misiuk. Sorry if I've butchered your name. Hello in the chat. We are live watching from Baltimore. Super excited about the new elves as well. We've got Håvard Tomsenbu from Norway. Welcome, Håvard.
Hello.
Wes,
good crowd tonight, actually,
Wes is in as well. I think Wes has been in before. Welcome, Wes.
12 Neef is in as well, talking about skirmish again. I'm still hooked to skirmish, man. Top man.
Obsiosiris. There's only one elf in this elf release. Snake monsters and harpies are not elves. This is what I said to Phil, actually, and we'll talk about that when we get onto it. Billy Lynch.
I love them.
Has a flavour. Elves, yes. Phil looks like some evil twin growing out of Sam's shoulder.
What's the quote from the original Total Recall? Quaid.
I can't remember it. I just remember his head exploded.
I want to say use the force, but that's definitely not what he says
No.
in Total Recall, but for some reason.
John Thompson, I want beard. Phil looks completely happy. Oh, he's put a beard. I'm texting
I am
one
very
arm
happy.
after
I've had a beard trim today, actually. Beard
rotary
news, I have
cuff
had a beard trim.
repair operation. What does that? A rotary cuff repair operation? That doesn't sound very good.
Ooh. Rotary cuff. Is that shoulder? I think it is, isn't it?
But go on, you were having a beard trim.
I had a beard trim today. So I've got like super neat beard look.
Martin Dix, welcome Martin. And Felhate, we were talking about you last night as well, Felhate. Congratulations on the win.
Yes. Wait, was Felhate? Yes, Felhate was YouTube. And your models are on order, so they'll hopefully be with you soon. I think we'll get them. I think we get them on Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So hopefully I might be able to get them to you for the weekend. You are UK. Felhate is UK, isn't he? Yes, he is. Yes, so I might be able to get them to you by the weekend.
Definitely. 12 Neef. I've never liked elves in any genre, but I love these models, especially the Gorgons. The Medusas, aren't they? Yeah. Snaky people. Kablams is here. Welcome, Kablams. And your Necromunda terrain is looking fantastic. Geeky GMT is another name I've not seen before. Welcome, Geeky GMT. Danielle Ballinari, welcome. Anthony Lai, evening, guys. Great channel. Thanks for the hard work. No problem, Anthony. Thank you for watching and commenting. Ulster Nation's joined us as well. We were talking about Ulster Nation this morning.
We were indeed.
What else? Ralph Hummel says, where are we with the YouTube subscribers? Where are we actually at the moment, Phil?
Oh, I haven't checked. Hold on a second. I'll have a look now. I think I can check. I'll have to do like hold on. You carry on. I'm going to find out.
Geeky GMT has said, just about to start on my first Intercessor squad. Got the 40k starter set today and getting back into this after a 24-year break. Well, it's perfect time. And the Intercessors are amazing. We've got a lot to do ourselves.
And this is the channel of the returnees, because that's what I am. I'm a returnee to the hobby. Admittedly, about 3 years ago now, but you're in the right place. 8,848. Which is
Just need to get to 8,900, and then 9,000, and then 10,000, and then we'll go for 100,000 when we just take over
10,
YouTube.
We're definitely going to do a cool giveaway at 10,000. I think we might do like a multiple giveaway at 10,000. I've been like sorting through all my hobby stuff, and I found a bunch of stuff like, you know, you could like do I've got the Eldar sketchbook and stuff like that. We could do stuff like that, couldn't we? Some cool stuff. So.
Ralph's asking, anybody got any corn they don't want or want to get rid of? I'm planning my second AOS army and looking for some. I'll see if I've got any stuff from the starter set, Ralph, because you can have it for me if I've got it, and I'll send it across, no problem. But I'm not sure what I've got. I might have the big Korgorath thing. I may have some of the characters, but you know what I'm like with chopping things up. Nightwolf has just subscribed. Thank you, Nightwolf. But if I've got anything, you can have it, Ralph. Kablam's beard's gone too. Eric Brown, well, that's new. That's new. Phil looks like a miniature. I feel like I should make you a little bit bigger, but I kind of like you being down there.
I'm cool. I'm cool where I am. I like it. Like a little pocket Phil. Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that? Danielle Ballinari, I have a question about priming. Can I use directly GW's Retributor armor spray on my plastic minis, or should I use some black or white primer first? Personally, I never had an issue spraying the coloured primers straight onto the models, but I know the advice from GW is to use a black or a white primer, official primer first, and then use a colour. But I find it goes on perfectly fine. The one thing I would say is that having the black as an undertone first is good for shading, because it gives you that dark shade underneath, and then when you put the gold over the top, it's automatically got a highlight on it. You can do a couple of dry brushes and a wash, and you can do as little as that, and it will look like much better than just spraying gold on it. I don't know about you, Phil.
Definitely I would go black before the gold, and this is the main reason. You want your base coat to be absolutely solid and in all the recesses and stuff, and the black is thinner than the gold paint, so use that to get into all the tiny recesses underneath the armpits, in between the legs, all that kind of stuff. So give them a good solid black coat, and then it's a little bit more forgiving than with the gold. I'm not saying dust it on, but you don't have to make sure you're hitting every recess so there's no grey plastic showing. So if you've got like a small recess where a bit of black shows through, that's okay. It just looks like shading. So that would be my advice as well. It's more to do with the fact that if you wanted to give the model an entire coat, it's the gold's a little bit thicker than the black, and you're risking sort of bleaching your detail out a bit.
Kablams, Phil is the voice of reason on Sam's shoulder. Phil's always the voice of reason, full stop. If I've got any doubts, I just ring Phil. And it's easily remedied. Fel Hate Sweet will have 30 Devastators and the new Talon Master for my Dark Angels now. Wargammer Online. Cool. Has a flavour. Does this elf update meaning that other smaller factions are going to get some support? Potentially. Let's hope so. Martin, all you need to get the forum. All you need to get the forum. It's quieter than Graveyard at times. Yeah, get on the forum. And I got told off for not going on the forum, so I'll be posting more on our own forum. I need to post more. My phone doesn't even turn on. If I press my phone... Oh, it worked that time. If I press the lock on it, it doesn't even turn on, so I don't even use it as often as I can. We should. Mika, they are an Order army. We'll talk about Order as well, won't we, Phil?
Yes.
Nightwolf, watched a few bat reps. Quality content from you guys. I'm excited to finally have the Dark Elves to ally with my Sylvaneth properly. Yes. Rich is in the house. Hi, Phil and Sam. Rich Morton.
Oh, hello.
Eric Brown, are any of you guys going to Vegas Open? No. That's the quick answer. We would like to, I think, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah, we'd definitely like to, but no.
And Martin Dix, anyone got any Imperial Guard arms, bodies, etc. for my Plague Burst Crawler? Can pay, want to pile bodies in front of the dozer. Thanks for the
Jack,
advice.
you've got some bits and bobs, haven't you?
Yeah, I can have a look.
We can have a look through the spares tray here, because Jack's got a massive Imperial Guard army, so he may have some upper torsos or something like that.
Oh, no.
It's always the legs that's the problem, isn't it? You always end up with upper torso spare. It's the legs that you don't end up with spares, if you know what I mean.
Martin's asked, Sam, would you consider doing a video on how you go about converting a miniature? I would love to see your thought process and how you go about making those ace models. So with this Beast Lord that I was converting, I said to Phil, I'm going to record the process, and I didn't. I just got on with it and built it, and I was at Phil's this morning and carried on green stuff in it. So I could potentially film the rest of it, but I think I'll probably lose a fair bit of what I've done and the thought process already. But I need to do it, really. I need to record some more of the conversions.
I mean, I don't know about you. Yes, record some, but I don't know about you. But with me, it's like I'm doing this now. I'm converting this magma drop because, I mean, I don't know whether anyone can see on the camera because I'm so tiny, but I've taken legs off. I've repositioned it. I've taken the feet off of these rear legs. And all of that is because I want to go from like a flat pose like that to I want him kind of rearing up is the idea. So, and with me, when I'm doing conversions, it's a lot of just being brave enough to chop.
Yeah.
And stick together, and a lot of positioning things, isn't it? Like putting this arm on, and that's its original pose, like quite forward. And I'm thinking, can I get it to rotate down? And it's a lot of putting stuff together and seeing how it looks, isn't it?
I think it's a very fine balance. I think it's 50% confidence, 50% stupidity.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it, because like most of my models now that I convert, like this model is some legs from a gore. It's not very. Come on. Ooh. It's legs from a gore. The body is from a Blight King model, and the head is from a gore that I've chopped up, and then the horns are from a gore, but they're flipped and put upside down and stuff. You'll see photos of it. The wings are from something like I get a bunch of bits, stick them together, but the torso, you can see that massive mound of green stuff was just a gap. There was nothing there. There was a paper clip holding the top half of the body to the legs, and I filled it with green stuff, and now I'm going to sculpt fat belly flesh like coming down. He's going to be a fat beast lord, but I've chopped up a bunch of stuff to do this, and a lot of the time, you know, if you've got models, they're not exactly dead cheap. If you chop something up and ruin it, it's been, you know, a waste of models. But sometimes you just got to be a little bit less worried about ruining things, and then things will just happen, and you'll have 9 bad mistakes and 1 amazing model, and it depends whether you value that as being worth it or not. For me, it's worth it. For others, that, you know, it's easy to build stuff straight out of the box. Didn't explain that very well. Anyway, 12 Neef. Hold on, there's more. Nightwolf, I would give mine since I have cat jam body bits from extra stuff. Oh, there we go. Nightwolf's offering some bits as well. Rich says, hi bro. 12 Neef says, I'm trying to get them to come across the pond, but they refuse. I think we would both love to go to America. I've never been to America. I've pretty much been to like Egypt. That's as far around the world as I've ever been. I think I'd love to go to America, but I think it's just logistics that are the problem, isn't it? And that's about it. That's the only thing stopping it.
It's logistics and cost, isn't it? It's more cost at the moment. I mean, with the channel still growing, hopefully when we get into a position where, you know, there's kind of more revenue coming in on, you know, through the website, through premium membership and those kind of things, we'll be in a position to start to attend. I mean, we're talking about possibly attending some of the European ones this year, aren't we?
Yeah, the one in Belgium. Was that?
Yeah,
what was it called?
There's one in Belgium. Yeah, I'm sure it's Belgium. Espen, isn't it? It might be Germany. I can't quite remember.
Well, we've got, I mean, we were discussing this last night. We've got Salute, we've got ChillCon, we've got Warhammer Fest, Games Expo, and Espen. So that's 5 straight away without even looking any further. That's 5 shows that we're trying to get to this year. And they're all kind of the first part of the year. So it's going to be quite busy as March hits. Actually, talking about that, we've got February. We've got our anniversary show that we were talking about last night.
Oh yeah.
1 year of Wargamer Online, and Rachel's come up with an amazing idea that we're not even gonna talk about it, but it should be pretty funny to watch. I mean, we've done a certain game before in the past, not related to Warhammer, and
I forgot what that was. I've just remembered that. Yeah, that's going to be bad.
And Rachel's got a pretty funny game. It might be embarrassing, but if you want to just laugh at us rather than with us,
I think there's going to be a lot of laughing at us on that one.
We've got to sort out how the cameras are going to work, but that should be a pretty entertaining show, and it should be sometime in February. I think mid-February is our anniversary of Wargamer Online.
Yeah.
We're
basing that on the first live show, aren't we? I think that's what we're classing as the start of it, was the first live show.
Yes. Oh, my dad's ringing me. I have to cancel that and ring him back. Liking the graphic with Sam and Little Phil, says Achaya. I have no idea to do that one. Right, okay. John Thompson, I'm certain that all of the armies and factions will be re-released as the one end of Warhammer Fantasy Battle, and the AOS restart experiment is successful. AOS is maturing into a better, more balanced game. Lots to come, yes.
Yeah.
Green stuff, the duct tape of the modelling world. Sorry, I think when it comes to conversions, it's 50% imagination, 50% confidence, and 50% green stuff.
Unless you're Luke. Luke converts things. Luke, I think, was on a chat with me, so I'm okay to mention him. He was on a chat.
Yeah.
Luke was like sending me photos of a tank he's working on. It's just like it increasingly goes wrong the more photos he sends me. And in the end, I just get a message at the end going, "Are you around on Tuesday night?" So that's like 50% take it to someone else to do that.
Yeah, 50% outsourcing, 50% keep adding more and more money's worth of bits to a model until you think it's worth it. He gets like £1,000 worth of model into something that should have cost £5. I don't know how he does it. Kablam's saying, love your conversions, Sam. Thank you very much, Kablams. Your conversions are much more conservative. Oh, my conversions are much more conservative. I was going to say I chop things up. There's not much left of the original model. 12 Neef, you guys are doing Warhammer Fest, correct? We are definitely going to be doing Warhammer Fest as soon as the tickets are live. Homish1 is saying hi. I think, was it Homish1 who won the premium subscription?
I think, yes. I think it was, because it's Homish as a premium member, and I believe they're the same person, but maybe Homish1 could confirm that. But yes, and I believe the things he chosen for the premium prize was as many custodian jet bikes as £100 could buy, and I think they've come out at £35 each. So we're going to do, if that is the Homish, we're going to do 3 boxes. I know that's £5 over budget, but we love you because you're a premium member, so there you go.
Nightwolf has said, what forums? I am so confused as to what you mean. Right, Acharya, can you put a link up to the forum for me, please? Nightwolf, on our website, which is wargameronline.com, there is a forum which we've set up, or Phil's set up with all of our wonderful admins, and it allows you to post your own projects, ask questions, answer questions, and just talk to other people who are hobbyists. So it's a nice way to... Why is that still beeping? It's a nice way to talk to other hobbyists. Right, let's get on with the show, because I'm very conscious that it's been 25 minutes and I've not said anything about elves, and I'm quite anxious about that now. Right, so let me see if this is going to work. You tell you what, we'll bring up the video first. I'm not going to get rid of Mini Phil. There we go, that works. So, oh, well, that's perfect. Your head is just at the right height that it doesn't cover the video, but we still see you. So there's going to be no video, no music. I'm just going to play this. So they're saying you wanted elves, and if anybody hasn't seen this, and doesn't want to see that, I've just broke my sculpting tool. Rest in peace, sculpting tool.
Are you going to finish a sentence tonight, Sam, or is it? That was so funny. Anyway, back on track. It's got to get the show in line. Oh no!
Right. If anybody doesn't want to see elves, just turn off for about 5 minutes until you see the end of this video. Right. Play. So you wanted elves. Yes, we wanted elves. You got them. Yes. Right, we're just going to have some pictures, and I'm going to pause this better than Phil paused it last night, because we were going through this with Phil, and he paused it at the wrong time every second, and he kept backing out of the video and then loaded the video again. So I'm going to try not to fail as much. Right, so we've got this really cool looking harpy model, and I really do like these flying elf models with the legs. We'll talk about the Medusa ones in a minute, but I'm a massive fan of normal looking elves. The wings, I'm never a huge fan of bat wings. I much prefer the angelic looking ones, but with Malarian becoming a pretty much like a there's mixed. Oh, stop beeping. There's mixed reviews basically on whether Malekith has fused with his dragon Seraphon, or whether he can turn into like a bat form of himself. I don't know the exact one, but he's going to have like bat wings. So this fits the theme for the Dark Elves for AOS. Right, I'll hold on a minute. I'm going to have to turn this back. Oh, Stalker's just donated as well. Stalker 40k, a new sculpting tool. It's not £10, Stalker. These are from Games Workshop. They're like £4. Right, let me just delete my Facebook. Oh, maybe I can just delete that. There we go. My Facebook's going crazy. Thank you, Stalker 40k. All right, what was I saying? Yeah, cool wings. I love the mask on this model as well. It's got a nice little bit of cloth coming down from the mouth area as well, which I do like. And the posing on them looks brilliant. I don't think there's going to be much work to be done to these to change the posing on them. What do you think of these ones, Phil? The flying ones, the flappy ones?
I love them. I like them all. I mean, it's, without preempting the others coming up, I really like them. I mean, it's one of those things. I think for me, it sums up what they're trying to do with Age of Sigmar. We're seeing these re-releases. They're trying to move them away. So yes, they're elves, but they're Age of Sigmar elves now. So, obviously they're trying to create their own IP. They're trying to make something that's unique. So I'm quite happy with it. I mean, you go, okay, so they're not the elves we were used to. They've got bat wings and they've got half snake bodies and they're Medusas and stuff. But I like it. I think you're going to get some really beautiful looking armies out of this. I mean, just the painting, as demonstrated in the video, but the opportunity of how you can paint those. We're going to see some really dramatic paint schemes. Can you imagine them in greens? Can you imagine red and black as you see there? But, you could go greens with them. You could go blues. You could do all sorts with them. And they'll just look beautiful on the table. So a lot of the time when I'm looking at an army like that, I'm just thinking, how cool would it be to come up against an army? I don't even want to play them, but playing against them, they're just going to look amazing.
I think they're definitely going to be difficult to put in a case because of how spiky and how many bits they've got coming off them at different angles. So I'm really happy that... I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about it, actually. Because we've had the AK sent to us, didn't we, for review?
Yes.
And he's now sending us...
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Talk about it.
He's sending us a special one, which is a prototype, and it's going to be called the Beast. And I was thinking, yeah, it'll be a big case or whatever. And he sent me pictures of this thing, and it's literally double plus the size of the one that we've already been sent. This thing is absolutely massive to the point where it's a big rucksack that you can put on your back. So when that arrives, we'll be doing a video of it. And I'm not bothered about what will fit in cases anymore because that is available. So I can just magnetize these, stick them onto the AK Beast, whatever it's going to be called, and it's going to be not an issue. And you all know that the biggest problem for me is putting things in cases. So now that's out the way, I don't care how many spiky bits these things have got. It won't be a problem whatsoever. Right, let's keep going. So that's another nice flappy model. I do like this one at the back, actually, with the shield and looks like... I don't know if that's like a scythe thing that the other one's got. I don't know. It looks cool, though. Right, then we've got these Medusa-like ones. And I'm never a huge... Oh, I've seen Jack just emerge from the left.
He's just checking out my pose. I'm kind of working on a little bit of scaffolding to kind of hold it in position as the green stuff sets, basically. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Right, we have Medusa type ones, the first of all. So these have got spears, very much like Marathi's spear. They've got the face masks, which are very similar to the Sisters of Slaughter models, which are currently available. And we've got the witch elf hair as well as standard, but very similar. She's holding a heart. It's a very intimidating looking pose. Really nice model. The sculpts are obviously absolutely fantastic, and the actual level of detail on these snake tails look really cool. I just need to see them in person. I'm not a huge fan of snakes, not because I'm scared of them or anything, although they are a little bit creepy, but I just like legs. So that's the only reason. But I'm slowly. I mean, I like this one with the long hair. That looks really cool. And Phil keeps telling me that Medusas are amazing. So
Medusas are cool. They're so cool.
So it looks like we're going to have a close combat snaky unit. We're going to have a ranged snaky unit with these bows. The bows do look really cool. I like the pose on these as well. I like how they've kept the witch elf feel. So they do all look like a very unified Daughters of Khaine army. It's not like... They're not all the same, but they're not so different from each other that they don't look like an army, which is what I really like about them. They've done a good job unifying them. And then we've got this model, which we were debating whether it was Hellebrom, whether it was Marathi, whether it's a new character altogether. It could just be one of the... They used to have hags, and it could just be a death hag, and it might not be a character. I really like the model. The armour looks amazing. The wings are different. They're a different take on them. I love the headdress. The hair is fantastic. The pose is really intimidating and cool. It's a great model. I just want to know who it is. So that's another really nice model. With a cool spear. There we go. It's a close-up there. And you really like this one as well, don't you, Phil?
Yep, definitely.
Such a... Yeah. I mean, we saw that when, what was her name? Ilariel came out. It's got a very similar sort of pose and the same sort of sculpting quality as Ilariel has.
Mm.
But it's like a dark.
And I have to say, strangely enough, with Ilariel, when I first saw that model, I was not impressed at all. And then when I got the model, it completely changed my mind. I thought it was amazing. Yeah. As soon as I saw it in the flesh, it was one of those.
All right, we've got some more here. So this is the ranged snake unit. I love the little dragon. I'm going to have to call that Toothless with the bow. They are growing on me more, you know. I do actually like them. Oh no, I skipped it. I said I wasn't going to do it and I did it. Blummy neck. Here we go. There we go. I've got some more versions of those. I've got shields and spears. Very similar to... what's her name? Valkyr from the Chaos range. One of the characters from Chaos. She's got like bat wings and very similar to that. They are nice. And we've got the witch elf models, which I picked these up from Phil this morning. So that's the Daughters of Khaine starter set, and got the Bloodwrack Shrine and the Witch Elves, which is still going to be usable. And also the Avatar of Khaine, which is still in there. Don't know if it's going to be available to be used separately. And we've also got these Warlocks. And I'm sure, I don't know if Matt Pink's got them. I'm sure somebody has 10 or 15 of these. And I need to find out who's got them, because they will be used as well. And then finally, the reveal that we've got. I'm going to see if I can pause it, because it was a very quick one to pause. There we go. Ooh, ooh. There we go. So we've got a little bit of a glimpse. There we go. So this was... I don't know if this is Marathi. This might be Marathi in some sort of Slaneshi type snake form, Medusa form, or it could be Malarion, because Malarion is almost like a combination of his dragon Seraphon as well as Malekith. So I don't know whether this is going to be Malarion, or whether it's going to be Marathi, or whether it's going to be somebody else. But the sheer scale of this model looks like it's going to be big. And just you were saying you like the tail wrapping around the column more than anything, didn't you?
Oh, I think that's great. It's proper Clash of the Titans. It's just an ace pose. I love the idea of it wrapping around and crazy serpent doing some crazy stuff. I liked it. The
scales look amazing as well. I love the actual detail on those scales and the runes on the underbelly of the snake-like tail. That's just... And the detail on this column as well. There's just so much going off there. God knows what the rest of the model is going to be like. And we'll have a snippet of like almost wings unfurling. There we go. You can see a little bit. Oh, yeah. So we've got the spear here. And as far as I remember, Malekith never had a spear, which is why I'm hoping it isn't Malarian. And it is another version of Marathi, or it is Marathi. But we'll see what happens. I honestly think this model here is gonna be either a normal death hag or a version of a normal character, and that thing that's unfurling around the column is gonna be Morathi. That's what I'm hoping and what I think it's gonna be, and I'm hoping the rest of the Dark Elves are gonna be released with Malarian, and you'll get things like the Executioners and the Blackguard. I'm not too. We were saying again, we're not sure whether the Dread Spears and the Dread, what are they called? The Swordsman and the Spearmen and the Crossbowmen from the current Dark Elf range, whether they are actually going to be put into the new AOS stuff, because they're quite outdated. You don't really have the big rank and file stuff, and I think they could easily get rid of them and put something else in there to fill the gap. Whereas the Executioners and the Blackguard fit quite nicely with the newer stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of elves coming out, and also even if they release Malarian and all of his crowd of models, whether all of these Daughters of Khaine will be able to be used in a separate, not like a Grand Allegiance, but maybe like a Dark Elf Allegiance, where you can use the Daughters of Khaine with maybe the Sons of Malarian or something, whatever they're going to call them. That would be a good name for them, wouldn't it? The Sons of Malarian. So that is elves. Exciting stuff. Let me go through the chat and then.
Martin Dix says more chat. Sod elves.
Sorry, Martin. Right, where do we get to?
Akaria's link to the community is probably not bad.
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Aria, sorry, I can't get out of that habit now. Sorry,
Akaya. Now, Homish has donated £10 as well. Oh, Homish, thank you very much, Homish. Thank you, Stalker. Thank you, Homish, and thank you, Patrick. You're all wonderful. As there's everybody turning up, man. We've got 46 people watching on a Saturday night at 5:30 when we don't even plan. We should really. I should schedule chats and stick to a time, but I kind of just do them as and when I feel like it now, which is probably not the great way of doing it, but it's quite nice to be able to just go. I feel like going online.
I like how I've ended up being the one like with a regular slot.
Yeah,
that's like we've like reversed personalities or something. Something's gone weird.
John Thompson, this could be a before and after video. After a year of WGO, Sam's hairline may have matured and the tiny fill is a sign of things to come. Nightwolf, I didn't even know you had that. There we go, we've got a forum. We've got a forum, Nightwolf. So you feel free to use it. It is free to use. You make an account and then you can post. It's great. Daryl, what do you think about the classical Greek feel to the new Daughters of Khaine? I'm loving the aesthetic.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, and they'll go nicely with the Minotaur Gorgon feel of the Beastman that's creeping up on Phil. Homish, thanks. I'll stay premium for life. Well, thank you very much, Homish. And Ralph has just donated €10 saying paint handle for Phil. You've got like, how many paint handles have you got?
Why do I need a paint handle for? What have I done now?
I'm trying to think how many we've got, because did we buy 6 or did we buy 5? How many did we get in the end?
Oh, those things. I think we got 6, didn't we? I gave Jack 1 of mine. I've got 2 that I used.
Oh, now it's just popped up. Ralph Humble donated €10 through Super Chat. So delayed. Thank you very much, Ralph. Appreciated. So yeah, the classical Greek feel is great, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Malarian and the rest of the Dark Elves.
True. It's been an exciting day, wasn't it? There's with there was the Necron. I think Rich Mort's mentioned that as well. Hey, Rich. And,
we'll bring that up in a moment as well. We've got that.
Yeah. Because I like that. I like the direction they've gone with that. So it's pretty cool. And the new little knight, which I sort of put a Facebook thing. I was talking about that about 6 months ago. The rumor, didn't I? And it was like I started to kind of think that was never going to happen. Supposedly, then there might be also another one getting added to that plastic range.
Sea elves.
That's what I heard at the time. There was actually 2 knights coming into that range.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But it was also the sea elves that were supposed to be coming out. So whether that's the Medusa, like watery sort of elves, I don't know. It doesn't look like it, does it?
I don't know. Yeah, that was more of a guess on my part, sort of saying I don't think they've done air, they've done earth, fire, and it was kind of quite you know, it was elementalist almost, and I was saying they haven't really done water yet. So that was what that was about. It wasn't really a rumor. That was more of a. I wonder if we'll see something, you know, from the water element, if you like.
All right.
Oh man, I'm not sure I've done the right. See, that's what doing conversions are all about, isn't it? Just chopping and changing, and then moments of great self-doubt.
It looks good in the end. Your camera's going weird. It's like doubling up on itself. It's got like a.
Oh, don't know what's caused that. Don't know how that happens. Is it still doing it?
Yeah, it's all right though. It's like a Tron hologram version of Phil now.
Oh, cool.
Kablams, I do think you guys should have a think about getting rug of the project log sections, at least until it's busier there. I don't know, unless he means getting rid. I quite like the project logs sections. I don't think they need to be massively busy. It'd be nice if more people posted there, but again, like we haven't really posted much, have we? So, you know, the more people use, it's there as an option for people to post.
Exactly, so. It's there as an option, and I think it's one of those things we need to visit them more when we're doing shows as well, don't we? And go have a look at them and things, but we'll get there. The thing about the internet is it's around, you know, it's around for a long time. So, you know, if anybody's posting their project logs up now, in, you know, 2 years' time when people come to the site, that content will still be there. And if someone's done like a cool conversion or a cool effect and you want to see what somebody's doing with Necrons, it doesn't matter if there's not, you know, a big audience right now for the logs. It kind of builds up as a whole, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I certainly need to get more project log stuff in there, definitely. That's one of my definites for this year.
Yeah, 100%. I need to do the same. And Kablams has just donated £5 as well.
Thank you, Kablams.
Appreciate it. With our delayed stream labels pop up afterwards. Double the notification. Sam was so excited with the new elves video, he had to change his pants 3 times yesterday. Rachel is furious that she had to do more laundry. I think it was 4 times actually, Amit. But yeah, it was quite. I was frustrated at the same time because Phil just sent me a picture saying, or a message saying, "Have you seen it yet?" And I'm like, "Oh, for God's sakes, here we go." Saw it. I was like, why now? Because I'm just trying to get these beastmen done by March for the tournament, and then elves have to pop up. I've been banging on about elves for so long, and then just as I'm busy doing something, they pop up. Martin Dix has just donated £5 as well, saying towards the mass amount of green stuff to the conversions.
I have just used a big blob of green stuff. I have to say that was quite a lot of green stuff I just used.
You need to pick up Milliput, or I mean, I've got this little bag because I was just about to do some conversions, but I'm too busy chatting now. But I've got that for green stuff in left, but I've been using Milliput to do the majority of the fill-in, and stream labels just caught up. But the Milliput is almost like a cheaper version of green stuff, so I can do bigger gap fills and then tidy it up with green stuff afterwards.
Yeah, I am kind of using green stuff at the moment almost as a putty glue, if you know what I mean. I'm using kind of, you know, like you can use blue tack to hold something in place. Sometimes, like in the conversion, the gap's too big to use glue. So I use green stuff a bit like blue tack. I put a blob of it and squidge them together.
Yeah, I've done the same.
You know, I know I'm going to put loads of stuff on top of it to hide it. So it's just there to kind of
Don't use blue tack for that though, because I use blue tack to gap fill in the past and like super glued over it as an experiment, thinking, well, it'll go hard, it'll be fine. It doesn't. The inside of the blue tack does not change. So it's like a wobbly. If you want a wobbly model, use blue tack. It's great for that.
All right. Thanks for that advice.
Well, sometimes it's not about always knowing what to do. It's also knowing about what not to do. And obviously, I've attempted to use blue tack in the past, and it doesn't work. So somebody else might make that same mistake. So don't. Wes has put, it's very relaxing watching Phil working away in the corner, and he's cheaper than a tropical fish tank.
I am cheaper than a tropical fish tank. That's a well-known fact. That's why my wife married me.
Homish, how many bikes can you have? As many as you can fit, to be fair, Homish. 1,000. But if you're talking about in a £100 budget, it's 9. 9 bikes is what you can have.
Yeah.
When did the stream start? Orc Boys is here. Welcome, Orc Boys. It started at 5 o'clock. It's an early one tonight, and it's an early leave tonight. Because I've got Matthew Pink downstairs wanting to play Magic the Gathering. So I will be off at 6. Oh, John Thompson, difficult to put in case. I'm a Sylvaneth player. I think I've got more broken branches at the bottom of the case than on my trees. You're exactly the same with that, aren't you, Phil?
Oh, Sylvaneth are crazy.
That looks
They're
cool.
just, the Beast Claw Raider. That's what Jack's working on at the moment. Although we need to order the fur mold from Green Stuff World because he's going to drape furs all over his ogres.
Yeah.
Which I think are going to look really cool.
I didn't realise that was a thing, and if I knew that, I would have probably done all the Beastmen with fur as well. I think.
Well, weirdly enough, I remember it being a thing, and then I went to buy it, and I couldn't actually find it on their website. And then, strangely enough, someone talked about it on Facebook a bit back and put a link on there. So I don't know why I couldn't find it when I did a search for it. So I'm just going to have to click through the website again. I'll try and find that link on Facebook. But they make like a solid resin mold, and you just press your green stuff onto it and peel it off, and you've got fur texture. Which I know fur is not the hardest thing to sculpt, but it's going to be kind of cool to just do a pelt, drape it over the ogre, and move on. You know, he's got quite a few to do, haven't you? So.
Martin Dix is saying those cases are awesome. I think that's in reference to the A case, and he's cracking on with dispatching them. I think he's got 25 left to go from the Kickstarter. So everyone who's ordered a case from them should be having them in the near future. But they are really good. And when the new one, the Beast, arrives, I'll do a video of it straight away because it looks amazing. Yeah. Nightwolf says, "How can you not love Lamia like Dark Elves women?" I don't know. I think I do like the Dark Elf women. I just think it's the tail, the sneaky part that I think it's. I'll like it the more I look at them.
You'll like it. You do some cool paint job on them, and they'll be amazing.
Anyone else think the new Cryptek looks like it's getting a taxi or a cab? Says Kablams. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Smash that like button for double goodness. That's what I love. Whenever somebody says smash that like button, I instantly think of Mythos from Frost and Fist's channel, because he does that all the time. Ball up a fist and smash that like button. We have got likes as well, so thank you to everyone who's pressed that like button. And we know not everybody can press the like button because some of you don't have YouTube accounts, and that's absolutely fine. We just appreciate that you've come along and watched. And some people just don't like. Yeah. I think you need an account to press the thumbs up button.
Do you? No.
Yeah.
We should know that, shouldn't we?
Maybe.
I called in the GW and picked up the Grimwrath Berserker today. I'm pretty excited about that as well. He's a pretty cool model. I'm not sure I'm going to use him in the doubles tournament because it would mean taking the who is it? The character that does the teleport. Sam, help me out. You know the army better than me at the moment.
The what?
Which is the character that lets you teleport a unit?
Oh, the Smiter, Rune Smite on foot.
Rune Smiter, isn't it? So I'd have to take a Rune Smiter out to put the Berserker in.
I just don't think. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, when you've got a choice of a Magmadroth and a Rune Smiter as your options for the Fire Slayers, I don't know why you would choose much else, because the Rune Smiter's teleport ability is just so goddamn good that it's difficult to remove it. And the only thing that I would switch it for is another Magmadroth, because they're good. Like, anything else doesn't really seem worth it for me. There's just not enough hero slots, and like you were saying, it would be nice if some of the Magmadroths were available as behemoths rather than just in the hero slots.
Yeah,
but never mind.
Or an alternative beastie would be cool. You would like, what was the Forge World model that you were talking
Magma
about?
Dragon,
which really feels it belongs to this army, but it doesn't. It's chaos, isn't it?
Destruction.
Oh, destruction. Okay.
Yeah, it's a shame. Sajil has put it's Marathi, so maybe that big snake woman is Marathi. I hope it is Marathi, and Malarian's going to come out later on as a big giant bat dragon thing, because that's the one I'm wanting the most. And Shiner Chen, I can't pronounce it very well. It's Marathi, and she will also get a snake form.
Well, there you go. That's what some people are saying, isn't it? That she kind of swaps between the two.
Yes. Alario model, amazing thighs. That's what yoga does. Nightwolf, the female consort for Khorne. You mean Valkyrieth? I think is her name. I think it was Yeah, it is Valkyria, the one that has the shield, spear, and wings. It is, yeah. Valkyrieth is a much nicer name, though. Rich says, I still have a metal model, Daishiller, the denied one, in its blister pack. Is that a Wood Elf Drycher? Maybe.
I don't know.
Or it might be a Necron, I'm not sure.
Is that Rich as in Rich Mort?
Yes.
Because he's got some seriously old elves and stuff from the fantasy range, so it probably is, yeah.
Ralph's put, don't forget that's not all of the elves, apparently. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm all about the elves, but I don't want to just jump and pre-order everything until I've seen what else elvish stuff's coming out. And I know Patrick's really looking forward to the high elves, and Rachel would be doing high elves. So like those two have kind of bagged high elves. Whereas for me, it's always been dark elves. Anything dark and sinister looking, it's the ones I'm waiting for. So I'm interested in seeing what Malarian's like. And I will probably need 10 changes of underwear when Malarian's released. 100%. Right, let's get through this chat and then we'll have a look at what else GW's been doing. Nightwolf saying it's 10:40 where I am and I'm waiting to be picked up and go to a Path to Glory game at my local GW shop today.
Cool.
John Thompson, I think a Dark Elf Battles Home would be better, which included the Daughters of Khaine and others. I'm not sure if this is like 40k, where there's a codex for Space Marines, left foot, and another for the right foot. Potentially. I just wish there was more allegiances. I was saying to Phil, like the Brayherds, I've been banging on about this, but like Brayherds and Warherds, although they're all beastmen, you can't really put them together and get any sort of benefit. And I think it will be the same for the Daughters of Khaine, and I'm going to call them the Sons of Malarian for now, but the Daughters of Khaine and the Sons of Malarian, I think there will be separate armies, even though they should really be able to go together and get another sort of army ability as well. And that's the reason why I wouldn't jump straight on to Daughters of Khaine, purely because I don't want it to restrict anything from having the Sons of Malarian.
Fair enough.
Red Cuffs reporting in. Howling Mad Cat is in a coma apparently. Right, let's Nightwolf, wait, see elves, someone in the Elder Scrolls lore won't be happy indeed. Although saying that, I mean the Dark Elves have always had the Black Arcs, is it what they were called? They were always Corsairs and seafaring race, so they've always done that. Daryl saying, please don't take my painting logs away from me. They've been my only motivations, and we won't, Daryl. They will be there.
I need to get mine up and running.
Yeah, and me. John Thompson, use super glue and bicarbonate of soda to fill gaps. That's definitely one thing you can do for cheap for gap filling. Achaya is doing his premium membership things. Thank you, Achaya. Furious George, Sam, what are you doing? It's only 6:51 a.m. in New Zealand on a Sunday. I didn't even know the sun was out this early on a Sunday. Sorry, George. Achaya, Daughters of Khaine, Sons of Azurian, and Tree Huggers of Alariel. And Joe Scoville, hey guys, been away a little time, glad to be back. I just bought a ton of Blades of Corn, but after seeing the new Daughters models, I need them. 100%. And Furious George is saying, why does Phil look like a little person? Oh my god, there's 2 Phils. There's 2 Phils. This is why I shouldn't be allowed.
Why is there 2 of me?
Maybe that's why there's like a. Maybe that's why there's a duplicate. There's never enough Phils. We could have a Phil up here.
You like duplicating me across the screen.
I don't know how I've done it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, we've lost you.
I've got bigger now. Why have I got bigger?
I have the power. Yeah, I shouldn't be allowed any sort of power. Right, let's have a look at... let's take a look at the other stuff. So we've got Necrons, Tau Empire, and Drukhari. All of those codexes are coming out very soon. It says we'll be having their moment in the sun very soon. We don't know when that is. Probably in the next month or so. We have the new Knight, the Imperial Knight, called the Knight Armiger, which looks absolutely cool. I'm going to mute it. Look at this. With its nice, cool, runny, mobility-looking legs. A different head. It looks cool. I like it. It looks like a scout version of the Knight.
Yeah, I like it. Which I think is what it's meant to be, isn't it? They sort of say it's You know, runs around, flanks the knights. It's a little bit faster, a little bit lighter. I like it.
Almost becoming like Chrome Hounds, the game Chrome Hounds, or what was the other one that I used to play? Mega. I can't remember. Mech games, though, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Mike's there. Yeah. Saturday with Sam. We still haven't. I haven't done a thumbnail for the show yet. White privilege. That's the other one that's come up. Identity politics and the Marxist lie of white privilege. That's cool. Right, then we've got the Cryptek preview. So we have, and this is an amazing model actually. I quite like it. It's much more dynamic than the static Cryptek model from Necrons available at the moment. It does look like he's catching a scarab taxi. But it is
like it. Yeah, this comes back to what I was saying about the elves, though. I think Games Workshop now are really trying to kind of create an otherness to them, and I like the fact that it's I can kind of there's a I can't remember. Is it like in Star Trek where the Borg Queen? This is how old. I mean, this is like an old Star Trek one, but where the Borg Queen kind of the top half came out the ceiling and on the end of tentacles and kind of like slithered into a pair of legs. That's what Necrons should be like. They should just like adaptable bodies and stuff. So it's that otherworldness, because Necrons are like 2 arms, 2 legs. I like it. That's where I think GW need to go. And for me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's what Necrons need to be. Keep going that direction.
I don't understand how it actually moves around though. If you look at the tail, which is attached to the scarab thing, it looks very difficult to get around. I'd almost, like a destroyer lord. Almost having like a destroyer lord Cryptek with like a scorpion tail would have made a good bit of sense as well. It just looks very impractical. This looks very impractical.
Oh, I don't think so. I can see it scurrying around and him just floating around over the top of it. And if it's got to reach stuff off the top shelf,
just raise me up.
Marmite's up there. It just raises up and he gets his Marmite and it's like, yeah. And then like lowers him down to the toaster. And then, like, without even moving, just across a little bit to get the butter out of the fridge. And it's just, that's what it's about.
So what else do we have? We had the teaser for the Shadow Queen. I won't play that because it's all audio, but it's basically Marathi losing it. Saying, I've had enough of chaos and I'm back. And I'm going to kick butt, which is cool. We've already seen the...
so she... I get from that video then, and I don't know this, Sam, because you know the background to Fancy. She's absolutely against chaos. Then she's a proper hatred.
Yeah, I mean, she's just. I think she's almost as powerful, if not probably not more powerful, but as powerful as Nagash. She's a massive wizard. She was her. It's a bit incestuous, to be fair. She in the old world, she was mother and lover to her son Malekith. So it was all a little bit weird. And, since then, they've obviously come to the age of Sigmar. They're kind of getting rid of all of that stuff. And she's now in charge of, or she does shadow magic. She's basically a major shadow wizard. So whether she's going to have ultimate control over that. The end times, basically, all of the elves got eaten by Slaanesh. So,
right.
And that was what we knew. Last of all the elves got eaten. So somehow she's managed to break free, maybe released a bunch of the elven souls from Slaanesh, and maybe that's why they've become part of, that snake-like Larmian-looking versions of themselves. I don't know if that's how it's happened. They'll reveal it in the fluff when it comes out, but something's not right, is there? They've definitely changed a little bit, and I think they needed to. But they are cool. I have always liked them. The Daughters of Khaine are an army of religious fanatics combining the cruelty for which their predecessors in the world that was, and it's interesting that they're calling it the world that was rather than the old world, were known with unbreakable faith in Khaine and their queen Marathi. So, yeah. What else do we have? The Fireslayers have fast become a fan favourite faction in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. After all, there's an undeniable charm about playing an army of avaricious Duardan berserkers. We think they might have gotten in over their heads with their latest venture, however. So this is the Shadespire team as well that is coming out. And you're going to be using that big guy for your... aren't you?
Too right. I'll use them as characters, but I'll also probably paint them up for Shadespire as well. I'll have a team for Shadespire and take on your Shadespire stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to say, by the way, while we're on, I got this Grimwrath Berserker.
Yeah.
It's like a character model. It's amazing. It's an amazing sculpt. The headdress alone is just crazy. It's fantastic. So highly recommended if anybody's thinking of trying. It's one of those models that would be absolutely brilliant for a painting competition.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going off in it, and it's beautifully sculpted. So, yeah.
No, they're all good.
Cool.
I think it's one of the newer model armies, isn't it? It's beautiful stuff. Just looking at what we've got here, Malign Portents, Dread Solstice Global Campaign. So this is showing you how it works. It consists of 3 chapters spread over the course of 6 weeks, starting on the 15th of February. I don't think I'll be able to take part in any of this because I've got too much to do. But if you've got stuff to join in with, or you've got a local store or an independent store that's taking part in this, it might be worth jumping on board.
Yeah, it's kind of come at the wrong time for us because we really need to get ready for this tournament, and the fact that we're all taking new armies to it means there's work to be done. But I bet it looks really cool, and Games Workshop are really putting the boat out in terms of getting people fired up, aren't they? The animations, the graphics, and stuff they're working on. Yeah, really like it.
Yeah, they've got the nominees for the Warhammer heroes. I didn't see that.
Well, it's the American ones, but I don't know whether that's everybody because they said that's everybody from Canada and America, isn't it? But I don't know whether it's everybody. If you know what I mean, or just they've selected the American and Canadian ones because they're over there for the LVO. Not quite sure.
We'll be going into detail of how and why we picked these heroes in a follow-up article shortly. These heroes will be rewarded with medals along with a special celebration ceremony and a dinner at Adepticon later in the year, and permanent enshrinement at Warhammer World. Worthy prizes for their incredible deeds. There are still more winners to be announced from outside North America, and if you nominated a candidate this year who didn't win, please nominate them again for the next Warhammer Heroes. There are plenty of heroes in our community who still warrant recognition. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great they're doing that. Yeah, it's just expanding that community engagement stuff, isn't it?
Right, let me get back to big old me. I feel like we should make Phil a little bit bigger, but I've lost it now. Let's go through the chat and see what people are saying.
Check this model out.
That's cool.
It's just incredible.
Red cuffs. I've got a small upside down jar with a blob of blue tack on the base as a proxy for a paint handle, which works perfectly fine. And also just a bit of cork. You don't need the paint handles all the time. Just a bit of cork and paper clips work absolutely fine. However, if you want to extend... mod your painting handle, you can stick a base on the bottom of it and make it super big if you've got big hands. Right, the GW painting handle and the B&Q tape measure are the 2 greatest hobby items. They are indeed. Gap filling when Phil uses lots and lots of green stuff. Right, let me see. I've been through that. Billy Lynch, just an off-topic question. Could I include an Illic Night Spear in my Ulthway army? You know about the Rangers more than me.
Illic Night Spear, no, is the quick answer. He doesn't have. He specifically has the keyword attached for not Ulthway, but whichever the Rangers are. Iliandan? No, they're the yellow dudes. I'll come back to you.
I feel like it begins with A. A doesn't. LA Talk? Is it LA Talk?
LA Talk, yeah. So that's it. No, he has their keyword. So, for all intents and purposes, no, it's the one. I think it's more. There's 1 or 2 characters that are allied to their craft world, so they can't be used. Not if you go in as a, obviously if you do it as an ally or a, you're fine. But no.
Okay. Phil has a mini-me, says the Orc Boys. Writer Sophie Stevens has joined. Hi all, just got here. Ooh, new Daughters of Khaine. Tempted to start a new army now, but I already have the Battle Forces for Karajan Overlords and Stormcast Eternals to get through. We know the addiction, Sophie. It's hard. And you go through it just as much as we do. And you've got Karajan Overlords, which is Phil's bane. You've got Stormcast Eternals, which is one of mine that needs doing. And potentially Daughters of Khaine again, so... good stuff. Nightwolf. I mean, I guess she could hug a Lamia Dark Elf woman. Coils are pretty warm in the summer. Oh, it's a Chaya and Nightwolf having a good chat. The Knight looks a bit Battletech, I think, but I like it, yeah.
It's certainly got more of a Mechanicum influence to the design, hasn't it? It's a strong, they've gone with the more modern sort of looking Mechanicum, and people have been making jokes about it's the love child of a knight, and the walkers from the Mechanicum range. What were they called? The Dragoons.
Wait, no, the four-legged one or the
Knights
two-legged
of
one?
Sidonia.
Sidonian
Knights, isn't it? Yeah.
Dragoons.
Yeah, they Sidonian
Dragoons.
Dragoons. I can't speak tonight.
Amit's put Sam and Phil Kaiju Pacific Rim style. Oh, Amit. He's been banging on about Pacific Rim. He says we need the jumpsuits, don't we, from Pacific Rim when we go to the tournament. When we were talking about going in fancy dress, I was going to go as a beastman, and you were going to go in nappy, weren't you, Phil? A naked berserker.
I was just going to go as a berserker, yeah. So I was just going to put a nappy on and dye my... I'd have to buy some hair. I'd have to buy a Mohican. Oh, wait, actually, their Mohicans are hats. Maybe I'll just make a hat.
You could shave. You could shave Jack. Shave Jack and use his hair and make it into a Mohican.
No,
and Rachel.
Make a hat. I'm making a hat, Sam.
Okay.
Without a doubt. These are so cool. Right. Okay. And besides that point, yes, Ilyak Nightspear does indeed have the LA talk keyword. So no, you can't take him as part of another craft world.
Okay. Daryl's saying she was swallowed by Slanesh at the end times. Malekith basically threw her in to seal the breach. The teaser video mentions her escaping the jaws of the Dark Prince. That's a very dark elfish thing to do. I need to read. I've got all of the end times books and I've not read all of them yet. And I felt a little bit like there was no point when end times happened at the end. I was like, why bother? Age of Sigmar is going to reset it all. But I feel like I want to read it all again just to update my knowledge of it. And I need to get some of the Age of Sigmar books to read the lore of all of it, really.
Yeah.
Achoya's put, oh no, right to Sophie Stevens. I am now forever going to associate Marmite with that cryptech.
Sorry.
We were talking about Marmite. Was it last night or this morning?
That was last night. That's why I've got it on my brain.
I want some Marmite now, just to see if I like it.
That's the thing. I was saying that we were going to get you into Marmite by slowly introducing it to your diet without you realising.
Yeah. Force feeding me Marmite. Excellent stuff. Achoya's put, I really hope Rachel wins the Warhammer Hero nomination. She probably would as well. And he's also put, Sam with little Phil on your shoulder. Reminds me of the Tzeentch character, Village the Curseling. I think I'd be the brainless brute that just carries Phil, the wizard, on my back. And Phil would just be really intelligent.
Mad Max. Master Blaster. Sorry.
Which one was
my
that?
age. That's Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome.
I can't remember it.
No, you're too young, Sam.
I did try to watch it. It was Mel Gibson, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'd be like a baby when that was out.
I have watched it.
Oh.
I just can't remember it. Ralph saying, I love blending scale 75 metallics for highlighting true metallics. If you have not tried them for your Stormcast, Sam, give them a go. I will have a look. I haven't got the metallics from Scale 75. It was one when we went to ChillCon last year. They were the ones I didn't pick up, and I have been tempted. Every time Dave's been coming round, because he bought the entire set and more, and I've said, can you just bring the metallics round so I can try them out before I buy another set? And every time he's forgotten, so I've never got round to using the metallics yet, but I will do. And once the Stormcast are all built, I'll be definitely getting them painted up with those.
I think somebody earlier on the chat recommended a nail varnish shaker as well for Scale 75 because they really need it.
Yeah, well, you got me one from eBay, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And I've been using it, and it's great. Last highlighting for this squad, says Marty, nearly there. And Darrow's put, it was worth it just to see Malekith vindicated after years of seeing him on the back burner. He was the rightful king. Malekith's he was an awesome character. I absolutely loved Malekith. And some of the old stories, I can't remember his name, something King, I think. Whoever wrote the trilogy of the High Elf and Malekith story, it was amazing. If you've got a chance to read that, just read it. And it's almost like Tyrion and Teclis when they were younger, with Alariel chucked in there with Malekith, and it tells you their adventures and what was going off, and it was really good. That was the characters were picked out so well in those books. And Malekith is almost like he's the bad guy, but the bad guy that you want to succeed. And you just get some of those villains where you just can't hate them, no matter how evil they are. You want them to succeed. Even when you've got people like Tyrion and Teclis, who you know are the ultimate good guys, they're doing everything as good as they can. And Malekith is there, evil, and you're just like, go on, Malekith, kill them all. And there's only every now and again that you get villains like that, and he's one of them, which is why I think he does so well for me. And Tyrion became evil. Yeah, Tyrion was a bit... I didn't like him in the end, and that was another reason why I was pushed more towards liking Malekith. Army Painter says Nick Davison needs a shaker as well, especially the white. It's like treacle. It's like ceramite white from Games Workshop. Lumpy ceramite white. Okay, right, it's 6:10. I said we're going to do an hour. We've done just over an hour. There's over 50 of you still watching, so I apologise, but I'm going to head off. I don't know if you're going to continue to do a show afterwards, Phil, or are you going to head off now as well?
I've got to head off too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do need to head off. So sorry, it's a short one, but we will. I'll be back on Monday, of course. Got Monday meeting. You never know. If I'm at that, I've got a whole bunch of scenery to catch up on. So if I'm at the hobby desk tomorrow night, I might even just go live with a quick show as well, because I've got a bit of extra data this month. So why not?
Cute Green Lantern Recinos has just said hi twice, so hello. And Big Rich has said hi as well. Welcome, Big Rich. We are both about to head off. I apologise. So we've got a high a third time. Really, I mean, hey, how's it going? That's 3 highs. Can we go for 4? Let's go for 4 before we leave. I got one of the robot shakers, expensive but well worth the money, says Ralph. I have to look at those.
Yeah.
And Hamish has said back just as we're going. Okay, so potentially you will be on tomorrow then, Phil, and definitely on Monday for Monday Musings. I don't know when I'm going to be back on.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and film some of this Beastman stuff. Even if I don't film the conversions, I'll film one of the painting projects. And I've got a battle report to finish, or to edit, between Liam and Patrick, so I've got that to do. You have the other one with NSAGK GK as well. Hi. Marty Milligan, hi. Homish, hi. Hobart, hi. Martin Diggs, hi. Sophie, hi. Everyone started it now. Right.
Thinking about it, there probably won't be a show tomorrow because I've also got a battle report I need to edit. So maybe I need to get that done and behave myself and do a battle report.
Mm-hmm. Crank on speed, hi. Rich Morton. We've started a new thing. All right, I'm going. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you later on. Thanks to everybody who has thumbed up. Thanks to everybody who has given donations, as always. We really appreciate it. And everybody who is a premium subscriber on the website, because it continues to allow us to do what we're doing. Massive thank you to, again, Patrick with his crazy donation right at the beginning that set everything out of sync. And we'll see you all later on in the week. So have a good day tomorrow. And Garbis Visorian says hi as well. Okay.
Hi, everyone, and bye, everyone.
Yes. See you later.
See ya.